you know, common. You also don't have anyone who's gonna frontline Tiny. His first item, it needs to be a Blink Dagger. The hero cannot be played without a Blink. So I'm a little worried. I mean, they can delay the game. In the mid-game fights, you have a strong team fight with Enigma, with Oracle, Gyro with 2-3 items, Tank Cardell can soak up some of the damage if necessary, but...
getting there.
We were getting there, but I still feel Falcons that they got what they wanted from this draft, playing Crystal Maiden plus Bloodseeker against Enigma Tiny Lane. Enigma Tiny Lane is one of my favorite off lanes. It kind of started a year and a half, 2 years ago, because you can deny a lot of creeps, you have a lot of harass, toss back into Eidolons. It just feels that Crystal Maiden and Bloodseeker, they can get through this lane with getting some extra kills from it.
Yeah, I mean, it was us casting, right? It was FY and Chalice, I think. FY brought back the...
Oh, Gary, you have such a great memory.
Well, Tiny was, like, unpicked, pretty much. And FY was like, you know what? Tiny Enigma, that's pretty strong. Just toss them into Eidolons. Get that damage going. Yeah, it was great to see. Hopefully, we'll see Save do a similar thing here. In the mid lane, though, start out with Sumail against GPK. Kunkka versus Sniper. And Sniper on Dire side, not as happy as Radiant with that proximity of the camp to him, but still very able to get a ton of denies, push out the wave, and then back to farming jungle. Kunkka, can he do a similar thing here with like stacking camps and farming to keep up with the Sniper?
He can. I've seen Kunkka's play very aggressive in this matchup at the first like 2-3 creep waves, then Sniper starts to peep, and things get pretty difficult for Kunkka. Kunkka can also drag the creep waves behind his tower, play with the creep equilibrium if things are not looking too well for him. Crit again, starting with a courier kill.
Yeah, good start for him. Playing into an Oracle Gyro, though. You know, that talk about frontlining, right? Potentially Nightfall has to be the guy that shows, gets up in the faces of people. And we'll have an Oracle behind him, so that additional bit of save and tankiness could help out BetBoom enter the team fights. Also kind of curious about Miero's item build, because it's felt like Enigma, when he is picked recently, has been much more of, I don't know, Aura bot seems very rude, but that's kind of the role he's been slotted into.
Aura bot.
Yeah, just buy a Vlad's and a Greaves and a pipe and a this and a that, maybe a Spirit Vessel, whatever. It looks like he's got Vlad's queued up, so...
Vlad's Drums Shard, that's the build into Blink BKB. Most of the time, depends on the game. Sometimes if you feel like you're not contributing too much, you can get that Blink Dagger earlier, get a BKB and play from there, but yeah, you need a farming tool, so that's why Vlad's plus Drums. You're playing off your Eidolons, increasing their damage. In terms of AoE, they have what it takes to kill those Eidolons.
Yeah, they do. Top lane's a funny one.
Not in the laning stage, though. Like, if you have those 6 Eidolons, it's gotta be very difficult. Think about this lane. Oh!
Death of the Maiden. The position 5 falls.
Snaking. Kinda, if he gets caught, also this was Tiny with the Avalanche, level 3, you probably get a point in toss, so you can toss them onto the Eidolons. Early on, not easy to deal with the Eidolons, and it's also very important to keep harassing this Bloodseeker. Every single time he gets a CS, you're like, okay, we can't kill him anymore. Save, great start for him. Same goes for Miero.
Keep him away from the Lotus pool for now. Let Snaking take it. Yeah, Skitter 19-3, getting a couple of those Eidolon kills, just padding his stats. Get the CS up and running. Bloodright, oh yeah, just about connects on both of them. Gets the tag onto Save and Miero. How about top lane? We've seen this wave bounce back and forth. Amar, you know, looked like he was struggling, but the way that Crit and Amar are able to use this large camp, pulling, dragging the wave back, they've given this Timbersaw a better time against the Gyro and Oracle, who you'd argue do well against the Timbersaw, especially early on in the lane.
Yeah, Amar the Fearless, he does not give a crap about playing into some of these bad matchups. He's playing into Oracle, he picked it into Gyro. That's definitely his call. Usually it's the other way around, where you want to have some kind of magic damage early on to deal with the Timbersaw, so you can burst him down. And looking at the mid lane, things are looking much better for Sniper now. He's peeping 18-10 against Kunkka, who's 15-3. GPK stands for gonna punish Kunkka. He's doing one hell of a job. Like, once you hit that level 4, level 5, things get much easier for Sniper.
You've been sat on that one for long, or was that 5 minutes ago?
I saw it during the draft.
You chambered it in the draft. Yeah, just let it loose. Nightfall gonna be the one to dive at top lane. Amar the Fearless, you said. Yeah, lane matchup, the potential counter of the gyro into Timbersaw, absolutely undone by Crit and Amar. I mean, Oracle, yeah, can save you in that mid-game with False
Toronto
Promise,
Tokyo, he's in trouble.
Is he dead as well? He's been dived here. Fortune's End buys a little bit of time, but the Flame Break pushes him right back into the waiting arms of Amar's Timber. Man.
Double kill for him.
That's kind of insane. It's like you said, right? We see these Gyros and Lunas picked against Timbersaw to deal with them, to counter them in the lane stage. Amar says, no, we're going to drag the waves around, mess things up for you, make life a living hell. Well, down at bottom, you know, again, Snaking having some troubles against the Eidolons. But the main goal here for Snaking is kind of like the old days as a +5. You are selflessly giving your life, sacrificing yourself, so your Skitter Bloodseeker can have 30 last hits.
Skitter's doing really good. Getting that XP. Once, I think Miero could potentially die here. There is Blood Grenade available, plus Frostbite. They could start to play slightly more aggressive. Oh, not on the same page. There was no Frostbite.
It looked like they wanted to clear Eidolons, but they were just about to split, so maybe a bit of miscommunication there from Snaking and Skitter. Nonetheless, keep that Bloodseeker in the lane and keep playing into them. Miero 29 and 8. Having a pretty good time down bottom. Oh, Amar, yeah, racing up that CS board. Already has his Bracer Wand and Raindrops. So has already bypassed that scary part of the laning stage and is getting into the turnaround position where once he hits level 6, has Chakram, he can go for kills on people.
For sure.
Mid lane, Save gonna get the toss back here. Send the Kunkka into GPK's Sniper and finish him off, peep him down, while Toronto Tokyo lines up a Fortune's End onto Crit. They can't go too deep here onto the Batrider as he's already flown over the canopy of trees.
This is the aggression that we have not seen from BetBoom in the previous game. Things didn't look too good. They had like 2 failed attempts and then stopped playing the game pretty much. Crit, denying Arcane Rune. Doesn't matter that much for Sniper. Doesn't have a bottle.
Ooh. Toronto Tokyo in from behind. Amar was starting to pressure the gyro with that Chakram. Gonna have to back away. It's down at bottom. The Frostbite and the Blood Grenade. Save keeps them at bay, but that's a speedy Skitter Bloodseeker coming straight for your Enigma, who's still level 4. Toss across, but Snaking and Skitter looking to chase this one down with a Blood Riot and final touches here to take down the Enigma. At least a trade comes out, and Miero finds the kill on Snaking.
Save's pretty happy about this trade, that's for sure. Getting some of the solo XP, will pick up the XP rune as well on Tiny. Not the most level-dependent hero, but if you're getting the gold, that also means, you know, your Blink Dagger definitely needed. They need to allow Save to have a good game, and if Miero dies in one of 2 of those situations, it doesn't matter that much. And we've seen, again, stacks being made in Falcons Triangle. Couple of stack, only 1 stack actually for BetBoom.
They've been much more focused on just playing in the lanes. Well, the Batrider has had a lot of freedom here for Crit just to go and stack things up. Now even playing aggressively top. Snaking's made a move. Saves Tiny arriving on the scene. Amar already sat half HP, but they've got a Rupture on Nightfall. Toss around the Timbersaw, but it's quite tanky still with the Raindrops going. Chakram is forward, bit of protection from the Oracle, but the Gyro's still dead. Amar with a killing spree, and BetBoom being run over in their safe lane here by so many members of the Falcons, but they get the 2 kills in a row, and Save's in trouble as well. Avalanche buys a second of respite here, but Sumail will come in to give Crit the kill. I was just about to say it's a better game for BetBoom because they've already killed a core hero, but when a move like that happens, the Falcons, they strike real hot.
Oh, I feel like in this engagement, they needed to bring Sniper as well, because he had TP available, but did some damage to tier 1 tower. Also, you need to hide away from Kunkka. Wasn't watching what was happening in the mid lane, but they needed to bring the numbers, because, okay, he's going for the solo.
But does he die for it? They're TPing in here to kill off GPK. He's X'd under the tower, taking so many hits, Toronto Tokyo can't do a down thing to save him. Oh, yeah, Crit, just tip him. That's wild.
Tips him back immediately. Crit knows that that's not a worthy trade for GPK, but this top engagement, they tried to save Nightfall. I love these plays from Bloodseeker. We don't see too much of a Bloodseeker from the Slave lane. There was a patch like a year ago when the hero was super popular. I think Mickey and Skeeter, they were one of my favorite Bloodseeker players because they're super active early on, and Skeeter using the Twin Gates, understanding that they can play around Amar, who's super farmed right now, 4-0 and 1.
Oh, a cracking time. Skitter going to tuck into these jungle camps down south of his tier 1. chased by Save and Miero, but look at the swarm of Falcon heroes arriving. They've got the backup already here. Miero and Save, they went for this dive, but they're going to pay a dear, dear price for it. They don't even get the kill on Skitter's Bloodseeker as he turns and Nightfall's shown up.
Uh-oh.
That's a gyrocopter.
Big Monka moment.
I thought it was just a tiny Enigma, but Nightfall says, right, I want to get involved in this. Attempting the TP out of there. Outlash the TP, very nicely done to escape from it. But making the best out of a real bitter situation here because they're going to lose the Save Tiny in the end. And Amar is finding kills elsewhere on the map. Save down in that bottom lane. Amar killed off the Oracle, and he's got how many? A couple of bounty runes here waiting for him. 3? What more could you want?
Oh, this Nightfall, he was lucky to get out of trouble. Yeah. There was no Torrent, no X-Mark. They already used it. Timber doesn't provide you with any kind of stun, so he didn't TP. And we can see the difference. 7 against 3 runes. 9 minutes, big swing of gold for Falcons. And now they're going to clear the stacks. It's going to be Amar currently on top of the net worth. Kaya as his first item. I think this time around, Kaya, Blink Dagger, go very greedy, jump on top of these heroes, try to blow them up.
Yeah, I think it was Kezu, right, saying find the Oracle, blow him up. At least one of the panelists is saying, yeah, Amar, jump into those back lines, hunt down the supports. Because it is that multi-layered thing where BetBoom, they need everyone in position and ready to be casting all their spells in unison, in tandem. If you lose one of the pieces, your puzzle is incomplete. You need Oracle to save the gyro, you need Sniper in the fog, peeping away at people.
Bottom tower is under attack.
You also need BetBoom here to start making moves into this bottom lane and play into Miero, it feels like. You want to be using Black Hole, you want to be transferring this net worth into some kind of impact, but it's in fact Falcons that just bring numbers down bottom to kill him off instead.
Falcons, they're not afraid to bring numbers, go back to farming. One thing I like about this team is they bring a lot of heroes. Sometimes you'll see 4 or 5 heroes, and then the way they split after they get the kill, so nothing of value has been lost. Or just like go for the second smoke. Immediately you can see Kunkka, Sumail, and 2 supports running to the mid lane just in case someone's going to go greedy, go for that extra creep wave.
Yeah, there's just no redundancy. And so often we're like, oh, they overcommitted. They brought 5 here to kill 1. But Falcon's very good, like you say, just getting back out on the map, accomplishing everything. A little bit of calm time here. Oh, but look at that difference between the two of them. So stack taken, giving, what, a 700 gold difference for the Timbersaw. Tons of money from lane creeps. And the kills all add up to push him right to the top. Sumail getting surrounded in that mid lane. Does not have mana for the boat, just pops his Blade Mail. Tries to survive up against the Sniper and Oracle. They will peep him down with the Assassinate, though. A little reminiscent of the old days where Sumail bought a Blade Mail against the Sniper when he was playing Alchemist 5-6 years ago. He knows the matchup, just buy Blade Mail against this little fella.
Uncontrollable damage. If you have the attack in Dota, if you don't have the click, that's the way to counter it.
The Sniper is an uncontrollable beast. Anyone playing Sniper, madman. Blink up on crit. 12.5 minutes in. Did I see that right?
Yeah, that is correct, Gary. Didn't go for any of the small items. Magic Wand, Ironwood Branch, you know, Windlace, Boots of Speed, that's all. So you're basically become another core. One of the reasons why Batrider is so popular is you can creep skip whenever there's something going on the map where if you feel like you don't want to take these fights, clearing the enemy stacks, clearing your own stacks, farming the jungle, farming the wave at the same time.
Have they nicked a tier 1 token off of their enemies? There's a tier 1 token in that Radiant Fountain.
Oh, nice.
Cheeky chaps.
So let's see who's not going to get it. It definitely has to be Toronto token. Yep, he doesn't have it. Will not have it for the next 5-6 minutes.
Toronto
maybe even more. If they're not going to be farming jungle. It's a big value loss. If we're talking about finding Trusty Shovel, for example.
Serenity.
Yeah.
Anything like that, yeah.
Losing the bounty gold for the rest of the team. Losing some of the healing cells, mangoes, kobolds as well.
We love kobolds here.
I do.
Yeah, it's a kobold stream. Miero on top of that high ground, just safe enough to dodge the gank the Falcons are bringing to that bottom lane. Trying to angle into mid lane now as well. Trying to apply that pressure onto the tier 1. BetBoom going to grab amplify damage on the Sniper.
Now, finally, you said it correctly.
I said it in the last game. You didn't notice.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. I've been waiting to see if you noticed. See, that's growth, you know? Character growth. I refused to say it. I was so locked into saying double damage and DD. I accept it now.
There was a time when we had to be told by Ice Frog how to pronounce Roshan because people, you know, there was a passion. And
Aegis as well.
Yeah, Aegis, not Roshan. Never mind. I was thinking about Aegis.
Here comes BetBoom. Nice.
Snaking gets deleted immediately with amplified damage rune.
And Toronto Tokyo, a lot of damage offered from Purifying Flames as well. Amar and Sumail. They know they're still around here. Trying to figure out where they want to be heading right now. And Dar Observer on top of the high ground, giving a nice bit of vision for BetBoom. But you can see the movement of Falcons, right, kind of skirting the very edge of that vision, not giving away their position. If a fight breaks out, they're ready. If it doesn't, they go back to farming. And here is that advantage of having the Batrider you were mentioning just moments ago. Crit is creep skipping.
Insane hero. Difficult to catch as well once you pick up that Blink Dagger.
Off he pops.
He's fine.
Can't even see him. Hidden away in the fog.
Dire's top tower
And while you're making these moves, you get the kill on snaking, and then you're waiting around for 30, 40 seconds, maybe a minute, and you look at the map and think, hey, Falcons are farming bottom, farming mid. Pressing out these lanes while we're still looking for moves. A grab on Sumail here would be great. Save. Avalanche, but the Blade Mail's up, and Sumail will turn with the next mark. Amar joining, wanting to fight back into them. A little snipe on the Tiny, get Amar his streak continued. And Miero stuck around, getting caught up with the Bat and the Maiden. Stopping him in his tracks, and now he's ruptured, there's no way to survive.
Crit was also looking for a different angle. He did not want to go for Enigma straight away. Lasso still available. This should be a tier 1 tower, and we're going to see that again. Save a bit too deep. You also have only 2 points in toss, so the range is not maxed out. And you can see Crit, as I mentioned, still lurking around, trying to find something else.
Yeah, bonus kill, cherry on top. Where's the +1? Go next, go next. Save, gonna find snaking. Another kill on a support here for BetBoom. Oh, but the sniper's been found by Skitter and Crit. GPK thought he was safe deep in his Ancients, but a Radiant Observer spotted him. And this is that kind of situation again, like yes, you killed a Maiden, but you lose the sniper under that exact ward there. And you've got to come defend top tier 1 against Amar. And he's like, okay, I poked you top, you've come to defend, brought a couple of heroes here, I'm back to jungle, boys.
Yeah, looking at the Observer ward in the enemy triangle, in BetBoom's triangle, they have another Observer ward to the bottom. One placed by snaking, one by Crit. This one's going to get dewarded, but they still have a little bit of vision. If they catch a glimpse of someone going into triangle with the next lasso, they could score another kill.
Oh, look at the rainbow TP's top. Who's shown up here? The Gyro? Yeah, let's try and find him. Dar Observer does give the vision they need, though, to back up, and Nightfall will TP.
Ooh, Gleipnir missed.
Jeez, a little close there.
Interesting build from Skeeter as well. We didn't talk too much about him because he kind of fell back to the jungle, but only 2 points in Thirst, maxing out Bloodright, lowering the cooldown of it, stacking, you know, clearing some of the stacks. Having Null Talisman, that's your mana item pretty much nowadays, ever since the buff in the D version. So, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, we've seen a fair amount of that. I was kind of curious to hear your thoughts on Gyro with Falcon Blade. Is this just to reduce the slots you're using, so you don't have to buy Wraithband and Null? You just buy Falcon Blade, which covers both?
I think one of the reasons why Falcons are playing so aggressive because their blade got stolen, so they're trying to return it to the original owner.
How dare you, Nightfall!
You need something. If you're gonna max out that Rocket Barrage early on, it is a lot of mana. You're playing against Timber, so you want to have that maxed out. Try to kill him. They didn't succeed so far, but, you know, it's a good farming tool. Gives you a little bit of damage. I think Falcon Blade on Gyro still works fine, but on other carries, you probably just want to go for Null. Maybe there's a reasoning to buy it on Drow Ranger, but other carries probably are looking to go.
It's like we saw it on TA, for example.
Yeah, right? Just get Null. Crit? Oh, he's in trouble.
Yeah, bonked back. Still getting tossed around as Amar goes straight in on top of GPK down his throat. Going for the sniper immediately. Crit is still alive. Amar in the Midnight Pulse. We're just going to black hole the Timber here. We kind of have to. Torrent Storm, the Whale Tails all around on the map, and Amar is too tanky. They do now have the false promise to save Nightfall, but that's a lot of damage incoming. Sumail surviving, Blade Mail returning, snaking yet again. The sacrifice sacrifice here for Falcons to win a decisive team fight around this middle lane. Ooh, crit does finally fall to GPK. But Sniper trying to clean up the mess that's been made and getting run at by Amar yet again. He's popped a bunch of heals there. I think a big old Lotus for Amar to top him back up and survive against GPK and Toronto Tokyo. Dangerous times for BetBoom.
I want to see the damage
Toss
from...
back.
Ooh, he's still not done.
Oh, this is very deep now. Skitter and Amar, they're joining the fray, coming back in on to save to blow him up with that substantial damage out of the Timber Saw.
Gyro went pretty ham in that fight. So did Timber. I want to see the numbers. 6 snipers, 6,000 damage coming out from him, 3,000 damage from Sniper. And yeah,
nobody died.
Nobody died, but GPK had a really good positioning. This early blood grenade that he bought, his own shard, pushed him out of the trouble so he can keep the distance. You can see Amar because of his item build. We were talking about, you know, maybe him picking up the Blink Dagger, but he did opt to go for Eternal Shroud, get Kai and Sanj, so he's super tanky.
Dude, he 1v4'd.
Pretty much. Toronto Tokyo not too happy about this one.
This freaking Timber Saw, man. How is he allowed to do this? What, 3,000 HP? He's probably got like 70% magic resist or something insane when he's got all the stacks up. And yet again, they're on top of the Sniper. Half HP from the Chakram and Whirling Death. A bit of protection from Toronto Tokyo, but there's no false promise here. No actual save.
Ooh.
Say
was thinking about how he's going to get them out of the trouble.
Can't.
Maybe with the toss back onto Creep Wave straight away. Didn't want to use the Avalanche, and then Creep Wave was gone, so couldn't toss him onto anything.
And this is a little better from BetBoom compared to game one, but it is the same story, just told in a different way. 20 to 10, 7k lead, and the Falcons a real firm grasp on game two. Cret gonna come down, farm jungle, set up for maybe a tier 1 push down here. Save at least gets the Wisdom Rune. What are we banking on now as BetBoom fans? BKB Blink Black Hole with Gyro B. Is it BKB timings? Is that just it?
Miro did opt to go for different item build. Vlad's, he had drums in his quick buy and then realized, okay, I need to scale bot Hand of Midas, going into Blink Dagger, BKB. They're definitely not gonna lack damage this time around. You have Gyro, you have Sniper. Sniper also opting to go for more like right-click oriented build, picking up that Maelstrom. And Gyro with his Aghanim Scepter Crystallis, so damage definitely gonna be there. It's just how they're gonna use those black holes. Pre-BKB, not gonna be easy. There's gonna be so much damage on the ground. With the Aghanim Scepter from Kunkka, you get hit by a random torrent, so can be quite difficult. And we can see...
not the Eidolons!
1,000 gold fed by Eidolons.
I don't know if they're covered by the RSPCA, but we might have to get on the horn and figure out who's been destroying all these poor little creatures. It was Skitter.
It was Skitter in the laning stage for sure.
Ether Lens now for Toronto Tokyo, just trying to keep the distance from Amar, right? Don't show your face to the Timber Saw at any point in this game if possible. And Toronto Tokyo, a little...
he's fine.
A little spooky when we get into these Tormentor take situations as a pos 5.
It's always spooky when BetBoom goes for Tormy. During TI, there was one game where Nightfall was playing Muerta, killed himself, killed Save as well, if I remember correctly, and that was his only death in the game. They lost the game afterwards.
Oh, that's bad. Well, this could be a killing blow, honestly. 5-man smoke heading straight into BetBoom. Crit, what's he got? Travels, Windlace, Blink and Force Staff, finding Toronto Tokyo straight up and forcing the Force.
I don't think they're taking this fight.
And BetBoom just run, right? Scatter to the hills. Fail away as they lose their Oracle in that mid lane. Chase forward from Amar though, trying to hunt down Save. Avalanche gets in the distance, back up to high ground, but a Gleipnir out from long range allows them to chase all the way from mid-tier 2 up to top tier 3 on that dire side of the map. And then again, that speed you were mentioning, right? They get a couple of kills, move into move, and then back
immediately
to top tier 1.
You can see Skitter TPing top, 2 heroes TPing bottom. Crit he still has that lasso available. With the Mar, they definitely have damage to bring him down. They're so quick with these reactions from Falcons. Insane. Like, look at the dots on minimap where they're farming. You see Snaking farming across the... He's the only hero across the river who's actually farming right now. Because he knows that they're not going to come for him. Because they just brought hero... They killed hero in the mid lane, they killed hero in the bottom lane.
And if they do, he's a +5 maiden. You know, it's like, okay, you brought your remaining 4 heroes to kill me. That's worth. That's fair.
It's time to set up Roshan for Falcons on Dire side. They're already playing the top lane. It's going to be there in 30 seconds.
Nightfall, Ags, BKB, Crystallis. Needs that Daedalus. Do we need lifesteal here as well?
Yeah, we do a lot of things. Oh, we do need save. Ooh. Quick reaction from Crit.
Very speedy.
There was no lasso available. But yeah, I think his next item needs to be Satanic. We talked about in the panel, mentioned about him being in the front line, soaking up the damage, surviving as long as he can. There it is. He's swapping things around, so I don't think he's finishing off that Daedalus.
I think that's the good move, right? Like you were saying. Try and let the sniper do that damage from long range, whereas you are that tank in the front. Little keen man with a battle plan in the gyrocopter. Scrappy little fellas. GPK trying to work on his BKB. We've seen a couple of builds out of this sniper in the recent past, right? This Maelstrom, Dragonlance, Hurricane Pike with a shard has been pretty nice. Kanda, Aghanims feels quite greedy.
It does. It fell off, definitely. It's only XM who kind of goes for it in most of his games, but we've seen mostly Maelstroms where you're like, okay, things are going well, things are not going well, Maelstrom feels fine. And most of the time you're playing into these edgy carries, so you're like, do I need more physical damage or do I want to go for more magical? Maelstrom is always going to feel nice.
And the person who has hit the most creeps on the Radiant is Amar. 261 last hits from your offlaner. This guy has just brought an entire different type of Dota since he's joined the scene. And back in my day, offlaners were level 4 at 20 minutes. Tide Hunter with no boots running around.
Was called a suicide lane. I remember, Gary. I was there 10,000 years ago. I was there.
The dawn of time. What was it, the amoeba soup or whatever it was. The original creator. And here we go. BKB for Enigma. This is your time, BetBoom. Blink, BKB, Black Hole, potentially your chance to get back into this game. Bit of ward coverage here as well, up on the high ground that save Toronto, Tokyo, Miero trying to play into.
Ooh, could be a big Gleipnir play on to do here.
Skitter and Amar. Oh, man.
BKB
Amar.
available on Miero. Let's see if they can find something. Age is still up and running for another 3.5 minutes.
Snakey's invis, so he can't possibly die. I think they've all got a pretty good idea of what's going on here. Dire scan connects. Radiant don't have vision or a perfect view of the entrance to this fight. That's why they're trying to move away from that area as they do lose the Aegis on Skitter. But now is the time for Falcons to rally around their carry.
The black hole.
They've got a black hole in the Bloodspeaker, but in comes the lasso from Crit, stopping it in his tracks. Skitter saved up, and the turnaround from Sumail and Amar right onto GPK. Sniper, BKB'd false promise, while Nightfall unloads quite a bit of damage, but Amar's in the back lines taking down Toronto, Tokyo. They've used Black Hole, all their ults are down. Didn't even get a kill, and Snaking maybe will be the one to die here. Getting tossed around, and Avalanche
Crystal Clone
does fall even through the Shadow Amulet, but Amar just keeps on going. This man is relentless. Shivers guard up, Chakram forward, Nightfall GPK in a bit of trouble. Skitter and Sumail, not enough HP to play back into this Enigma Gyro though. Getting assassinated, tossed forward, and Miero there with a double kill. BetBoom somehow pulled it out of the bag. And Amar, he's been left stranded a little bit here. But with a chain TP, he is home safe and sound.
Not too bad of a fight. They did reduce a lot of damage from Nightfall, ruptured them immediately. But this tossback from Tiny, immediately killing him off, and then Black Hole, good reaction time from Crit to getting that lasso, stopping the Black Hole from going off. It was a one-man Black Hole. I think for the next fight, things are going to be much easier for Miero, because he doesn't, like, he can buy a little bit more time. This time around, they also use buyback on save. He's not too afraid to use that one, but Nightfall, he's getting scarier. Like, this time around, also, Oracle popped that false promise onto Sniper, keeping him alive.
Yeah, we saw that kind of first flurry of abilities, right? Falcons look very good, but once you get deep in these fights, you know, 30, 40 seconds in, Amar is the only one who can really stand his ground and keep dishing out that damage and pressure. And maybe if Skitter gets a kill and can lifesteal back up and heal through the fight, as I think he's just picked up a Vampire Fangs as well to enable that even further. It can be a difficult one here when, like you say, BetBoom have the time-buying abilities with False Promise, Toss, and Black Hole.
Falcons want to take one more fight before Black Hole is available. It's going to be up in 50 seconds. Miero should be pretty happy about his item choices this game. Not opting to go for drums, instead going for the scaling build. Level 17 right now with that Hand of Midas. Octarine Core next on the menu.
Getting bigger and bigger. Still playing under this water as well, so the Falcons can't really approach BetBoom where they are right now. Looking just to try and push out that top lane. As we do get the Aghanim Scepter up on Skitter now. I'm not sure the game will last long enough to get Jenkins and BSJ's dream build. Was it Aghanim's Bloodstone?
Eternal Shroud, Dagon 5, all these good things.
Yeah, just 30,000 worth of net worth. Amar and Crit lurking, but it's a smoke from BetBoom. 5 heroes strong and a gank the Crystal Maiden. In comes Save. Get a tiny combo and a blow up on the Crystal Maiden there. Still 3 minutes at the very least for next Roshan though, so this is a pick off into maybe a tower push top if they can get that wave in a good place. Blink dodge on the Assassinate as Miero breaks the trees. Tries to get forward onto Amar and Crit here. An Avalanche to set up, toss the Timber back into the Enigma. Not wanting to spend the Black Hole straight away, just wants to wait to see who's coming, and now he knows that Amar is pretty much alone.
Big kill.
Massive streak taken down, and close to 2,000 gold into the pockets of BetBoom. It's comeback time, eh?
That's 2,000, almost 3,000 gold, Gary. They lost the gem. Snaking's not going to be too happy about this one. And also Miero getting the gold, so that's going to be his money for Octarine Core, reducing the cooldown of his Black Hole, BKB, Blink Dagger. Things are going to look really good for BetBoom. I think they lost like 6,000-7,000 net worth in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, that graph is just plummeting downwards now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pretty big period here for BetBoom. And we talked about, you know, the greed of the Gyro, the Sniper, two heroes that do very similar things. The Enigma as well, of course. Does love going into that late game scenario with Black Holes. The longer this game drags out, the less the magic damage and the catch from Falcons can actually accomplish, and the more that this, what was it, stand your ground, hold the castle, hold the fort,
yeah,
that BetBoom can actually accomplish with.
They will outscale them. If this game goes on for another like 15-20 minutes, BetBoom chances of winning this game are going to skyrocket. You're playing against Enigma, Sniper, Gyro, good scaling cores. Two supports, they can't scale as much. Tiny not opting to go for anything, you know, in terms of damage right now, but you know, you will get the shard eventually from Tormi, maybe pick up some Aghanim Scepter later down the line, but things are looking very stable at the moment for BetBoom.
Toronto Tokyo just trying to add even more layers of safety to himself. Blink queued up next, 600 gold away from it on the Oracle. And he's already got Ether Lens and Psychic Headband, so tons of range here to allow Oracle to save his teammates from lassos or jumps from the Timber and Kunkka. Right now, sat behind Save, just pushing out that mid-wave. Miero alongside GPK here. Looks like they're going to 5-man group up and smoke out of mid. No wards here from the Falcons. They've not been playing into this area whatsoever.
Nightfall, he packs a punch. Would definitely love to have his Demon Edge to finish off Daedalus, but he's going to be found. They have Black Hole available at 25.
BKB's up. Half HP, but Skitter taking massive physical damage out of Nightfall. You're right, he does pack a punch. Spending False Promise there to save up Miero's Enigma. Looks like he's perfectly fine with a Rain of Destiny falling down upon him.
Is under attack.
And BetBoom, 60 seconds now with no Bloodseeker. Roshan's up in 30 seconds, but BetBoom not in a position to go immediately take the big man in his pit. Instead, looking for that map control. Try and get a foothold on the map right now as they're pressing into Tier 2 mid. And Amar, he's got different ideas about this, but Miero says hello, 2 heroes in my black hole, thank you very much. Save and Toronto Tokyo right nearby, tossing back the Maiden. Amar trying to chain TP out. Save getting stunned up a little, but snaking. Not sure you can escape from the onslaught here arriving from BetBoom. Now it's 3 heroes down.
Ooh, last 6-7 minutes from BetBoom have been looking pretty crisp in terms of execution. These toss back on point, playing as 5, going together, getting a kill. Things are looking pretty grim for Falcons. Bloodseeker, he can't solo carry this game. You're playing against Enigma, you're playing against Sniper, Gyrocopter. They're gonna out-sustain you. You want to go in, deal this explosive damage. But with Satanic on Gyrocopter, Sniper, he can also keep the distance. He's pretty tanky, 2000 HP on him, going for Shadowblade / Silver Edge next, so they will have Break Mechanic. Breaking Thirst is going to be pretty crucial. Breaking Timbersaw, Reactive's Armor, if he's not having stacks before. Save.
Oh, he's just straight in on top of them. Oh, where's the backup coming from? He buys time with the Yules. In comes Miero as well. Midnight Pulse, but no black hole. They blow up crit. Blade Mail there, not going to return too much damage. Just the Mail just gets annihilated. Oh, BetBoom.
Oh, GPK's got a snipe Skeeter.
3 kills in a row. Skitter down. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. And that's without black hole even.
Yeah, the rum buff was wearing off, and that Assassinate manages to get a kill. Let's see. I never know if it's save, if it's GPK. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's the save. He did shave his head, I believe. You never know. It's a straight up 50-50. But yeah, BetBoom picking up Aegis, giving it to Nightfall.
Tiny, such an incredible hero to give these kind of... He is a built-in comeback mechanic sometimes, isn't he? Just having a toss back, having these initiation plays. The save really showing the depth of this hero. Getting the jumps on key targets time and time again. Like right there, the Tiny blinks into the middle of 4 of them, gives vision, Yules himself to buy time, had the initiation going, and he's like, team, back me up. And they do. They oblige.
This time they do. In the previous fight, GPK was the one going in with Storm Spirit. They were not ready to back him up this time around. Saved. Yule Scepter, toss back available.
A taste of his own medicine, I think, here for Amar, right? Game number 1, permanent stuns and disables from Falcons. Now, it's turned right on its head.
Oh, this game's getting out of control. Falcons, they don't have enough to punch back. Your Bloodseeker, he comes into a fight, tries to use this Blood Mist, losing HP, gets peeped a couple of times by Sniper, who's level 24, 25 on Gyrocopter. So more flak cannons in a fight, that -5-second talent is going to make a lot of difference. And also Sniper holding on to Nemesis Curse, so going all in on this glass cannon build.
Yeah, I mean, if you're banking on save to get these initiations, why not? Just get the damage going, even concussing himself to get closer to the tower. Push faster. Let's go, boys. Up on the tier 3. No Timber for 40 seconds. Double catapult wave here arriving as well. They won't glyph it to protect it, just gonna keep one of them alive as they take down that objective. Going for full barracks, it looks like. Nothing stopping them as they smoke in behind Nightfall and GPK. And Miero, the threat of this Enigma, it is some serious business. Gary. I will not say.
You just mentioned the threat with Enigma in the same sentence. Go ahead and say it. Finish
it's the threat of the black hole. Say the line. It's Bart Simpson. Say the line. There we go. 2 lanes of barracks, don't it? I mean, Falcons, Timbersaw, 3 seconds left for him to respawn. Melee down in the mid lane. And Snake can deny that. Snake can kill the Radiant melee mid barracks, yeah?
It's all about the small victories.
Got him.
That really showed him.
Absolutely crushed, decimated their hopes, their morale is gone.
Holding the Aegis for another 2.5 minutes should be enough for BetBoom to go in, try to take a fight, and try to end the game. Crit is still smoked, but not sure if he's going to find anything.
Oh, it's taken BetBoom a little while to wake up, 60 minutes or so. But here we are in game 2, 40 minutes in, and they are absolutely cruising.
Oh, Mindbreaker on Sniper. Let's say Batrider blinks in, gets hit by Sniper immediately. He's like, okay, I can't use Lasso, pops the BKB, gives him enough time, like this half a second for them to react. So, could be very difficult. Mindbreaker can be very deceiving as an item.
Yeah, it's very, very surprising sometimes. It's nice to see Falcons, coming out of their shell still, playing down this mid lane into tier 2. And they're playing into Aegis and Cheese, but they've got a solid idea. The BetBoom are all rallied around their hero's top. Who's coming into mid? That's, of course it is. It's Save. Yeah, it's the Tiny. Smoked up in behind the Falcons. Not going to find the catch on crit just like that. Blinks forward aggressively, and the Yule's on the Bloodseeker now. And don't forget, we've just seen Refresher port by the Enigma. Potential for double black holes as Nightfall just sprints right on into the backline, charging towards the Bloodseeker. Miero's looking for his moment. BKB, oh dearie me! Misses the black hole on the Timber, but he's got a second one. We'll ignore the first and look for the second. Timber slowed down to half health, chaining away from Save in Toronto, Tokyo.
The threat of a black hole just wasn't there this time.
Well, he used it far too slowly. But it looks like Amar is still going to get pummeled down by the remaining members of BetBoom here. GPK unstoppable. Now, did Enigma refresh, or is he holding that refresh?
He did refresh. He wants to have it as fast as possible. This could be a good wraparound play, setting things up for a black hole.
There it is. Miero's in on top of them. Skitter and Snaking both trapped inside, cannot escape. Black hole and killed. Meanwhile, Sniper going in onto crit, and it's just over. GG called. Falcons tap out. And our first series of the day is a 1-1.
Ooh, this is spicy. BetBoom showing super strong after that pretty bad game that they had